Hey, welcome back to PIRLO'S Manager to Glory. We are entering PIRLO'S third season. So far, he has only accomplished one goal. Last season, we were able to win the Bundesliga 2 title, our first trophy. We have 8 years left. Our season goals are to make a deep run into we want to finish above relegation. They agreed to purchase Deriva because his loan was ending. And we've been given an additional 20 million euro to go upgrade one position in our starting 11. Given that we're going to be playing against teams that are better than us and adopt 2 center defensive mids, we found Tom Krabb, who's a 25-year-old, 78 overall center defensive mid. We were able to get him for 18.7 million euro. Here's what our lineup looks like now. Training wise, we've been given 8 coaches and we've also been given 5 development plans. Here's a look at our 5 development plans. We didn't really change anything from last year. We're hoping to get a big boost for Deriva this season, and hopefully Jota is able to grow a little more before he reaches his peak. He was great last season, giving us 10 and 10 goals and assists. Now I'm setting up the player roles for the season, and we go into our first game of the preseason, which is actually a friendly against Cremonese. Now, in the season against Juve Stabia, Cremonese was able to eliminate us from the playoffs, and that is what caused Pirlo to lose his job. So we were looking forward to this first game of the season and get a bit of a revenge game before the Bundesliga season starts. In the second half, we had a really good shot by Deriva, however it just goes wide. However, a few minutes later, we were able to try out our pressing system. They do make a mistake, and Selke is able to capitalize immediately, putting us up 1-0 at home in the 53rd minute. I was really impressed by how we played. Didn't allow a single shot, I don't think, on target this entire game. And Campbell, one of the substitutes, was able to make a last-second goal. I mean, just look at that. So this was a great way to start our preseason. It's a good showing for us. It's going to give us some confidence going into the league games. Match day 1, we're facing Hertha BSC, a team that is most likely going to be in the bottom part of the table with us. What I noticed is a lot of these first division sides have a lot faster wingers. Yeah, these guys are a lot faster than our defenders, and they make us pay in just the 10th minute. However, we're not going to go down without a fight. About 5 minutes later, we do get the ball in their half, and we're just trying to move it around, getting it to Selke. However, it finds Deriva right outside the box. He takes a step in, he shoots, and he just misses wide yet again. He was having that same issue in the preseason. After a few deflected shots, they do get a goal. Puts them up 2-0, and that was the last opportunity for either team. We end up losing our first game 2-0, and we are facing an even harder opponent, the reigning winners of the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich, in our second game of the season. Here's their lineup, so you can see just the difference in talent between us and them. They still have Kane up front. Everybody on their team is probably 8 to 10 points higher, overalls higher than our team. And I could really feel it in this game as they get an early goal again in the 18th minute. And just a few minutes later, after a turnover from us, they get another goal from Musiala. We were really struggling to get any shot on target, but in the 30th minute, they help us out with one of the worst own goals I've ever seen. It gave us a spark of life for, I'd say, 2 minutes of game time, because Kane makes an incredible goal, a curved shot right outside the box, top right corner. That game was brutal. We had no opportunities. We decide to transfer out Muheim and bring in a new center back in Klosterman with our remaining transfer budget. I think our defensive side is definitely lacking, and overall we just don't have a lot of pace in our fullbacks. So going into match day 3, we're facing FC Augsburg. We end up reverting our formation to a strike partnership for this game because we really weren't getting anything in those first 2 games in terms of opportunities. Early in the game, in the 12th minute, Selke has an incredible header that goes just above the goalkeeper's head, and it was probably one of the best goals he's had at Hamburg. In the 40th minute, Tim Orman commits a poor tackle inside the box, leading to a penalty kick. We get a hand on it, however, it's not strong enough to get it outside and save it, and the game is now tied at 1-1. And Selke yet again scores another header, putting us up 2-1, and we're so happy that Selke is continuing his run of form from last season. A costly turnover that leads to a 2-2 tie. The ref calls this a foul, giving them a free kick just outside the box. And on their set piece, they are able to bang it home. After this, we completely lost our heads, we stopped playing good defense, and they were able to get another 3 goals to win the game 2-6. After the first 3 games, we have just 3 goals, we've given up 11, and we have 0 points in the league table. This is the worst time for us to start our DFB poker run. You can really see the difference in the worst teams now because they do not press as much since they have worse defenders. And Selke takes advantage of that fact and scores an amazing volleyed shot off his chest. Able to get a through ball and scores, putting us up 2-0. I believe he scored every single goal for us this season. In the 50th minute, we concede a penalty and they are able to take advantage, cutting the lead in half to 2-1. However, Deriva makes them pay with yet another volleyed shot to his chest, putting us back up 3-1. And Selke breaks through the back line and gets a good shot on target, which leaves Farai to knock in the rebound. That leads to a 4-1 victory, and we're advancing into the next round of the DFB poker. Back to our league matches, we skip ahead to match day 9, where we are facing another lower league side of VfL Bochum. And after both sides exchange another goal each, we are able to take a 3-1 lead off an amazing cornered header. After dropping a few more games, we're facing Bayern Leverkusen, who is top 3 in the table. We take an early lead, however they do equalize. But late in the 50th minute, we get a great volley from Jota. Selke is able to best the goalkeeper, putting us up 2-1, and that would be the decisive goal that gives us a victory. Turning into the new year in January, the transfer window has just opened. A decent team that's going to manage to stay outside of relegation. However, we do have an issue with Tim Orman, who's requesting a higher wage than what he's worth. Therefore, we are going to have to put him up on the transfer market. We're going to put Glatzel on the transfer market since he only has 5 months left on his contract, and we don't have a high enough budget to re-sign him and sell. Halfway through the season, here's what our stats are looking like. Selke leading the team with 14 goals, 10 more than second place of Saibari. Jota is still our assist leader with 4. Driva's had a very disappointing season with only 1 goal and 2 assists in 18 games. In the next episode, we're going to finish up the 3rd season and hopefully maintain our goal of making a deep run in the DFB Pokal as we are facing RB Leipzig in the quarterfinals. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.